Okay, we're back here for the New Testament portion of our one-year Bible program. We're here at the Chautauqua Institution in Chautauqua, New York. And as you can see from the background, events are happening right now. And I thought I'd take a little time out and explain one of our passages for the day, the New Testament passage. We're dealing with a passage where Paul is arrested and he's put in jail, and the Jewish people of the time who are opposing the Christians, they want to bring Paul to Jerusalem, and they want to basically kill him on the route to Jerusalem. He's in Caesarea, he's in jail. The Romans have put him in prison, and the Jewish people want him to be moved to Jerusalem so that they can ambush him and kill him. He was such an enemy to the Jewish religion. He had turned, if you remember, he was a strong, zealous Pharisee of the Pharisees, he says, and now he's a strong Christian, and the Jewish Pharisees were mad and angry at him for turning to Christianity, so they wanted to kill him. And one of the comments Paul makes before the officials, he says, if I am worthy of the death penalty, he says, I do not shirk that duty. If I'm worthy of death, I will not try to escape the death penalty. So Paul is basically making the argument that if he is found guilty, if the evidence is brought forth before the court and shows that he is worthy of death, then he's not afraid to die. He's not afraid to face the death penalty. Now, in that little sentence there that Paul utters, we see something about what he thinks about the death penalty. In this sentence, it evidently shows that he does not oppose in principle the state executing the death penalty upon certain criminals. What is the death penalty? Well, everyone knows that the death penalty is a punishment that is given for a capital offense, and that usually is murder or some kind of act of terrorism where many lives are lost. And in that instance, the state usually has the right to put that criminal to death. But there are some people who oppose the death penalty as Christians. They oppose it because of the teaching of Jesus Christ, who said to love your enemy and to turn the other cheek. But here the Apostle Paul, who is a zealous Christian, who is one of the chief evangelists of Christianity in the early centuries, and he is saying basically, if I'm guilty of anything that warrants death, I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to face the death penalty. He doesn't say anything that we might imagine if he opposed the death penalty. He doesn't say anything like there shouldn't be a death penalty, or this is not right, it's not just, it's not right for the state to execute criminals in any instance. It's inhumane. It's not morally justifiable. No, he doesn't say anything like that. In fact, he goes right along with the whole concept of a death penalty. He just says that the evidence does not support the death penalty in his case. And so as Christians, when we come to grips with something like the issue of the death penalty, we have to ask ourselves, what does the Bible say? What does the Bible teach? And in this case, the Bible clearly does not teach against the death penalty. In fact, here in this instance, we can see a justification for it. And so we have to be careful that we don't take one portion of the Bible and weigh it against another portion of the Bible. That's what some people do with the teachings of Jesus. They say, Jesus said to turn the other cheek. He said to love your enemies, and so that must mean that we can't execute criminals for capital offenses. But that's not what it means, because the Apostle Paul shows us that it means something entirely different than that. Well, I hope you've gotten something out of this New Testament portion of our scripture today. I hope you're keeping up with the New Testament portion of the one-year Bible. And to ask you to not go away, we're going to be back for the final segment of our show today from the Psalm and Proverbs sections. So don't go away. We'll be right back. God bless.